When Sirui asked me to review their Aurora series 35mm f1.4, I was like, meh. But then they said the magic words. Feel free to compare this lens to any other in its class. Nobody's ever told me that when soliciting a review, and that confidence got my attention. And I said yes. And of course I know everyone wants the head-to-head with the Nikon Z 35mm f1.4, so that's exactly what I did. If you shoot portraits, street, travel, events, or YouTube B-roll, a Nikon Z, Sony E, L mount, or even Fujifilm X, this is squarely in your lane. The Sirui Aurora 35mm f1.4 autofocus prime features a budget price and premium promises. Is it the affordable fast 35 you've been waiting for, or just another close but not quite? Let's find out. Hi, Joe here from Shutter Speak Photography. It's very nice to see your smiling face again here on YouTube. I've photographed the National Hockey League, major New York City concerts, pop culture events, weddings, family, real estate, and more. And my work has shown up in newspapers, magazines, and even on a concert t-shirt. If you like straight talk gear reviews with real-world tests, hit subscribe. Your camera bag will thank you. Let's set the stage. Quick specs, so we're on the same page. The Sirui is a full-frame 35mm f1.4 with autofocus, available for Sony E, Nikon Z, L mount, and Fujifilm X. Inside, 16 elements in 11 groups, with 3 asphericals, 2 ED, 1 SED, and 2 HRI elements. Minimum focus is 0.35 meters for 0.14x magnification, 62mm filters, and a 13 blade aperture. On my scale, the Z mount copy is about 505 grams and length is roughly 105 millimeters. Autofocus is STM with eye and subject tracking support. The price at launch, $549. The 35mm focal length is close to what you see is what you get focal length. So it rewards you for moving your feet and walking the scene. If you're new to 35mm, give yourself a week of daily shooting and it'll click. Packaging and first impressions. The lens presents with a premium feel. You actually get a soft case, rare these days, and the hood has a locking button. On the barrel, you'll find a lens function button, an AF/MF switch, a click smooth toggle for the aperture ring, and an iris lock so you can set it to A and lock it there. All appreciated features at this price point. Now, for the comparison everyone's waiting for. The Sirui Aurora 35mm f1.4 up against the Nikon Z 35mm f1.4. In my tests, the Nikon is the clear winner across the board. It's sharper, looks a touch brighter at the same settings, and handles corner vignetting significantly better, especially wide open. If you shoot flat subjects or demand crisp corners at f1.4, the Nikon shows its pedigree. However, and this is key, once you apply a lens profile in Lightroom or any editor that supports profiles, the field levels out a lot. Vignetting and distortion clean up, and by f2.8 and smaller, the practical differences shrink for most use cases. Optical notes on the Sirui. Bokeh is pleasant with a touch of cat eye toward the edges at f1.4, but generally stays nice and round. Great for portraits and street at night. Chromatic aberration and lateral CA are well controlled. You can provoke some fringing and brutal backlight, but it's manageable. Focus breathing, however, is noticeably present, so video shooters should be aware. You'll see a small framing shift on a near to far rack. Autofocus is quiet and accurate with stills with eye detection. Not a sports monster, but perfectly fine for portraits, street, and general hybrid work. You can absolutely make beautiful photos with this lens. I took a few nighttime landscapes and got crisp stars, clean light trails, and rich tones. With a light touch in Lightroom, profile corrections, a bit of dehaze and contrast, the files really come alive. And for context on value, as of today, Nikon Z's 35mm f1.4 is $579.95 in the US, regularly $679.95 when it's not on promo. So this is a tighter price fight than you might expect. Choose based on what you value more. Nikon's cleaner corners and snappier AF, or Sirui's controls and that extra in-the-box feel. I'm going to give you a discount code to save you an extra 10% on the Sirui lens, and it will be in the video description. With the code, the Sirui comes in at $521.55. Bottom line, if you want the absolute best wide open performance and the most decisive AF at 35mm on the Z, the Nikon earns its keep. If you want friendlier price and appreciate thoughtful controls, premium feeling packaging, and very competent optical performance that gets closer once the profiles are applied, the Sirui Aurora makes a strong case. If this kind of head-to-head has helped you out, please hit subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss the next lens face-off. Conversation starter for you. With around $600 to spend on a 35mm today, are you going for the Nikon for the wide open edge performance, or the Sirui for the features and savings, and why? Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you spending a few minutes with me today. I'll see you next time, YouTube, but until then, stay sharp, keep shooting, and let that 35mm frame life just the way you see it.